So this is what the dashboard looks like when you first install it. You can change it to suit your requirements. At the moment I've got a clock with Saab written on the back of it, but if you wanted you could tap it and you can have something else. For example, you can have the Saab logo or the track that you're playing at the moment. Anything you want to have, but I quite like the clock, so that's why I have that. Each of the buttons will activate an app of your choice. For example, I have music going to Spotify, Navi is going to Waze, but you can have TomTom or Amazon Music or Apple Music or whatever you want to have on there that's compatible, you can install it. You can access all the other apps just simply by going to apps, and it will show you everything that's there. Of course, you can install whatever you want by going to Play Store and installing it from there. It's nice and easy. So let me show you what you can do. So if you go to music, obviously it opens Spotify, and then I can select, for example, the last track that I'm playing, and I can press play. And yeah, so it sounds great. It sounds absolutely great. And when you're done with it, all you need to do is turn off your car. And when you do that, it will power off. It's as simple as that. To remove the radio, you've got to remove the vent. And to remove the vent, you need to use a small flathead screwdriver and a plastic removal tool. If you don't have a plastic removal tool, you can use a credit card. But whatever you do, don't use a screwdriver to pry the vent to the side of the dashboard, because you will end up damaging it. Pop your plastic pry tool in between the vent and the dashboard. Pop your screwdriver in the first hole and move it upwards, and use the plastic pry tool as you're doing it. Then go into the second hole, push upwards whilst also using the pry tool, and then you should be able to get your fingers behind the vent, and then use the third one as well, and then you should hear it click, and it will just pop out like this. The radio itself has got two screws holding it in, one here and one here. You need a T25 star screwdriver bit to remove the two screws. And then the radio itself lifts and comes out like that with a single connector on the back. It has a button here. You simply push it and pull the radio away, such as that. For this next part, we need to get out the ashtray so that we can get to the back of the cigarette lighter, which is going to be used to power the new radio. If you have an automatic, get the key into the off position, put your foot on the brake, and then move the automatic gearbox all the way down to drive, leaving the car in off position. That will give you the room that you need to remove the ashtray. Remove the ashtray, open it, and you'll need your small flathead screwdriver for this. Inside, on the left hand side, you will see a catch. In the catch, you pop your screwdriver into like that, and you just pull it out like that. When you do that, the ashtray will pop out. You can now close the ashtray. So, using your small screwdriver, remove the red and blue and black cables from the back of the cigarette lighter, and just use the screwdriver to pry it off, and it should pop off. And the red and the black here, is where the red and the black wires from your radio are going to be connected to this. So now what we need to do is work out how we're going to get the wires from our new radio from here down to here where they need to connect to the back of the cigarette lighter. So to do that, or to make it easier to do that, we're going to remove the climate control unit. And again, you want to use your plastic removal tool for that, or your credit card if you've got one. And you just pop your plastic tool in each side of the climate control and it will just pop out. As simple as that. And you will see that it has two connectors on the back. There's red plastic parts on each side and you literally just pull them out and the connectors will come out. As simple as that. They're different sizes so you can't accidentally put them in the wrong place. And then what you want to do is remove your cup holder, and that's very simple to do. There we go. So now we've got some visibility inside the dashboard. So feed your red and black wires down the back on the right. Until you see them. Then grab them and thread them through. Whilst you've still got some room behind the radio, plug the main cable in so it clicks into the back. And just thread the cables through as you push the radio in. There we go. Now at this point you can just screw the radio back into place because we won't be moving it again. And then pop the vents back into place. There we go. Right, now you need to get the red and black cables below the CD player and amplifier. So again, just pop your hands in both sides and pass them from one hand to the other. There we go. There we go. So there's the black and the red cables. Now at this point you've ran your wires all the way down, which is what you needed to do. So you can start putting things back in. So you can start with the cup holder. And then your climate control unit. Remember, there's only two. Make sure the red connectors are as far out as possible. Plonk them in place and then close the red connector to seal it in place. And then don't worry about the weird noises that happens in your car when you do that. It might hum or it may make a really aggressive clicking noise like this car does. Right, okay, so what you want to do, depends how professional you want to be, but essentially the red wire goes to the red cable and the black goes to the black. Now I'm lazy, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to push the cable into the relevant part of the plug, and then I'm going to stick a bit of masking tape, a bit of insulating tape to hold it in place. But what you really should do is actually cut into the wire and merge them together. So that's the red and now the black. you're finished, it should look something like this. So finish off by plugging the wire back into the back of the cigarette lighter, and being careful not to pull the new wires out the back of it, and then slide the whole unit back into the car, and there we go, and it's finished. We turn the car onto the on position, and you can see the unit has started to boot up.